Let's jump to the war here, and today we've got a Saving and Disaster Doomstack, I guess. Playing as Ironclaw Orcs, we've got Wurzag here with a bunch of Savage Orc Boar Boy Biggins, which is definitely a unit that he would boost by a ton, so he's got lots of physical resistance. It's not quite maxed out yet, because once these guys get to 7 tiers of experience, he could also get extra ward save on top of that, through the red line tree. And then we've got more than 2 full stacks to deal with here. And the battle difficulty is on very hard battle difficulty, but the AI cheats are not maxed out, so we'll jump into that. It's got battle realism ticked, I'll leave it as it is. And let's jump in here and see what we can do. Ideally, you'd want to deny enemy reinforcements in this situation, but obviously that option's not available to us. Typically speaking, whenever you've got a cavalry-based army, you don't really want the enemy to be taking up too much surface area. And then on top of that, a choke point battle, really, like, doubly not ideal. So, I think this is a good army in a really suboptimal location. Well, we definitely shouldn't just rush in over there. No way. Because at the end of the day, we do have Wurzag. We should use his magic. So, as for these ones here, just leave them in the forest for now, just so they don't get hit by artillery. Now, Wurzag's got a lot of physical resistance as well, so that's great. Alright, let's try to get these forces over this way. I'll actually bring them over here as well. Just so that they think we're over here, so that I can get across over this way. But yeah, a choke point battle with this, not ideal. Alright, so we should have pretty cheap Foot of Gork. 9 Winds of Magic. But if we overcast to 13, okay, it's not too bad. Doesn't he get it cheaper than this? I can't remember. Okay, so there are some really dangerous units to our cavalry that we won't be able to deal with, like the these ones over here, the Gyrocopter Trollhammer torpedoes. I'll need to deal with them. So let's get an overcast. Actually, no, don't. Let me just check this. What's a miscast chance? Okay, there's no miscast chance, so it's just a greater cooldown, that's all. It definitely would be good if there was a blob, but there isn't. So there comes Foot of Gork right there. Overcasted. It wasn't a hell of a lot of damage. Good thing we've got a lot of Winds of Magic, though. Alright, but we really need to get rid of those Trollhammer torpedoes. That is really bloody important. So using our bound spell here, Vindictive Glare, we can do that. We've also got bound Foot of Gorks, which could be good as well. Let's see if they'll dodge that. Okay, that definitely looks like a good spot for an overcasted Foot of Gork. I think the problem here is actually the lack of armor piercing as opposed to the amount of spell resistance they've got, which is at 35%, right? Because sometimes they end up with more, it's good to check. Because yeah, unfortunately all these units here, we can't really make very good use of them in this situation. If we charge in here, they're not going to break, they're just going to turn us into mincemeat. Alright, then maybe a Gaze of Mork on that while the other one's charging up. Okay, taking a little bit of damage with the Wurzag, but nothing too severe just yet. No, we definitely don't want to do that. Okay, they actually came across on the side that I really didn't want them to. Oh, actually, no, not necessarily, because if we can get these guys over here, then we've got to clear out this way. We want the cavalry to take out the artillery first, ideally. Wurzag's actually made no kills whatsoever, but he's dished out a decent amount of damage. Slayers are probably going to be the biggest threat to us, being anti-large. And also the Trollhammer torpedoes. And Foot of Gork seems to be much better against the Slayers than anything else, just because they don't have any armor. Alright, so we've done a bit of damage to the gyrocopter trollhammer torpedoes, but it's going to require a hell of a lot more than what we've done if we want to ensure that they don't totally wipe out a ton of our cavalry here. Unless we want to waste their ammunition first, which I don't really want to do that. Can't just sit here casting constant spells while we've got slayers after us. That's not going to work for us at all. Unless, hang on, these guys here. What have we got? Yeah, same sort of thing. Alright, Gaze of Mork for them. It's only 4 winds of magic, same as Wurzag. Getting them to cast at it as well would probably be a good idea. Good, with each one of them that we destroy, we're getting rid of their potential damage output. Did one of them not cast? Yeah, no means of healing him. What's wrong with this one? Doesn't seem to want to cast. Okay, no, it did. Alright. Get them there. Oh, actually, I should have cancelled that. Because look at this over here. It's okay, just Grudge Sword is shooting at us there. And this one here is... still got 10 entities remaining. But they're focusing on Wurzag, so Wurzag's gonna have a hard time shooting. But these ones here, they're fine to keep going. I might actually miss my opportunity to use Wurzag's magic in this spot here. We definitely just should not send him in there to try to pin them down. That's not going to work. He's not got amazing combat stats. Those artillery are doing next to nothing. I reckon Vindictive Glare is better than Gaze of Mork. Because it seems like Gaze of Mork, it only targets one of their entities, whereas Vindictive Glare seems to attack multiple and does more damage. Based on what I've been seeing here. Alright, here we go. Let's go for another overcast there. Right in the middle of them. Alright, I would like for our cavalry to start moving a little bit more over this direction. How are we going with Wurzag? 37,000 in damage. How are we going for magic remaining? Okay, it's getting there. Alright, let's put this down on it as well. I don't want to be overcasting the spell. Single cast should be fine. Right. Got them down to half entities. These gyro bombers here are not as much of a threat as those gyrocopters. We've got one more bounce spell to use, and still got a decent amount of reserves available. Wurzag is absorbing a ton of their ammunition, but now they've got too much shooting at us. They've got a lot of slayers as well. This is a really bad enemy to use this up against. This would be really good against something like Skaven or the Empire, something that has relatively low leadership. So just a regular cast there. I'm curious whether he got all the skills to reduce the winds of magic on the Foot of Gork there. I'm not entirely sure. I know that normally it would cost like 13, 15 winds of magic, something like that. Just can't remember if it used to be 6. Maybe they changed it. I can't remember. Gotta be honest, I haven't played a ton of Greenskins, even after the update. Not my favorite faction. Alright, let's get another one of these in there. Okay, the problem here is that if we want to get back across, there is no way to do so at the moment. All of them are still hidden. Gonna get more of these over here. Try to lure them down this way, so that we can free this open here, and get around to the other side. As soon as we do that, they'll probably try to cross back over there. Because yeah, we definitely don't have enough magic to finish them off. but we can thin them out considerably. I guess another big problem that we're going to face here are these lords. The Savage Orc Ball Boy Biggins are not going to be great for dealing with them. Alright, so the Trollhammer Torpedoes, there's only 4 of them remaining. That's good. Oh, no, 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 no. Watch out. Not with those Slayers right there. Okay, we've got an opportunity now. Let's go. Try to get across. We'll smash through the missile units here as well. And these provide support wherever possible. We're definitely going to take some damage. There's no doubt about that. But just try to get as many of them across as we can. Luckily, nearly every single one of them have physical attacks. So that means, you know, we're going to absorb half of the amount of damage that they could otherwise have done. Then again, Savage Orcs naturally have physical resistance anyway. It's just that Wurzag gives them shitloads more. Okay, a couple of casualties, nothing too severe. But, okay, get over there. Like I said before, we want to get rid of all their artillery. These ones here, they might be flaming attacks, but they are still physical. Try to get as many as possible across. Just leave a couple of them over here to charge at the artillery. Just so that we're not taking massive amounts of damage because we're charging in a blob. This one here is probably going to drop down some bombs on us. Okay, the artillery has been dealt with. That's good. Alright, there'll be a small amount of reinforcements coming in from there. We need to get over there and kill them, because it'll be nice and easy. Okay, get out of there, get out of there. Cool, that flame cannon has been dealt with, because they dropped it. They might get back on it, but it's been dealt with for the time being. Some of them are stuck here. Yeah, this is a really bad map for this type of army. You really want an open field battle with as few terrain obstructions as possible. Get them over there. Alright, another big blob is starting to form as they cross back over, and there'll be good opportunities for more of that. Now, where did the Trollhammer Torpedo go? Did we... Maybe that actually destroyed them or routed them off the battlefield. I wasn't quite paying full attention to it. So with these gyro bombers here, like I said, I can't get my Savage Orcs to attack them. But they don't have tons of ammunition. Alright. Balance of power still seems to be in their favor, because it's still playing Order-Tide music. Alright, so these ones coming in here, we can just like charge into them, no problem. Now, I did notice that we've got a Forbidden Rod over here, but I'm not sure if getting a handful of extra Winds of Magic is going to make that big of a difference. And if you're going to give someone the Forbidden Rod, it's usually a good idea to also give them a heal potion. Maybe he doesn't have one, but I don't know. Okay, decent blob forming over here. Let's overcast this. Because just for a handful of extra Winds of Magic, I think it's worth it. Cool, overall minimal damage so far. And Wurzag has now done 56,000 in damage. But yeah, the biggest problem is going to be dealing with these guys here. If we don't army loss them, like I said, our cavalry is not good at dealing with them. None of our magic's going to be good against them either. Alright, try to get Wurzag and his buddies over here. And yeah, as they come in, we're not going to get much of a charge in, but this is just a garrison units from the close by settlement, so they shouldn't have a problem with that. A few missile units over here that we could go and deal with. That shouldn't be too bad for us. If we could use the trees to try to block some of these shots, that would also be good. You really want to pile as many units over here as possible so they suffer that penalty. What's it called? Faster, stronger enemies. And for that, you just need massive local superiority. So they come in and then they've got, yeah, faster, stronger enemies nearby, minus 24. I think the maximum is 26, so another unit over there wouldn't actually hurt. Just to give them a bit of extra oomph. Makes it possible to actually break dwarven units. Yeah. I mean, that was a unit that we couldn't really deal with. At least the Trollhammer torpedoes didn't end up doing very much. Just regular casting, that should be sufficient. Okay, just get out like that, like. So this was a decisive defeat in auto resolve, and I think things are looking pretty good so far. Because all of the most dangerous units, apart from the Slayers, have been dealt with. Maybe that's what we should really be focusing, making sure that all the unbreakable units we can get rid of with magic. Because even if there's only a handful of them left, when we charge into them, they will do a lot of damage to us. Especially Doomseekers, because they're not anti-large, but they are magical attacks. Which there's a couple of Doomseeker units. Alright, another blob starting to form up over here, so pop that down. Does it... Okay, yeah, there's artillery active. With that being said, I didn't really go for that particular unit because it was mixed in amongst them before. Keep using only Wurzag's Foot of Gork, not the other ones, because it's not as efficient for Winds of Magic by a long shot. Good. A lot of them going down. Biggest problem with the overcasting is just the immense cooldown. Alright, so these ones here, they're not going to be destroyed. Unless we can get them to land, which I can't see any way of doing that. And if I was to cast a load of spells at them, it will take a long time to kill them. And now that they're not a threat, probably best we just don't worry about it. Alright, where's that? Get back over here. So he's now done 73,000 in damage. Alright, that's good. So yeah, this one's just going to hover around, trying to do stuff, but won't actually land. So a bunch of Slayers in there would be really good to kill them. Or at least damage them as much as we possibly can. Good. Alright, I'm only going to have a handful of more casts. Okay, we got rid of all of their reinforcements, and the bounce power now seems to be in our favor. Just going to organize these guys into the damaged and not damaged units. Based on health, not entities. Yeah, this one's the most damaged. We're going to try to keep that one out of any serious engagements. So right now, if we charge into them, I think maybe we would win. It's a big maybe. It's just that we would definitely get shredded, and while we still have quite a bit of Winds of Magic, we should make use of it. And just stand back a little bit. Because yeah, I should be able to get 2 or 3 more casts in. Like I said, we should really focus on anywhere that there are Slayers. So those Iron Breakers, they're not going to suffer much damage on this. Alright. They're going fairly wide, so it's going to be difficult to get around them. So we might have to just punch through them via the flanks. Like I said, I don't want to stay in prolonged combat. So it might help if I get these 3 back around here, see if we can get some of them to chase after them. Just so these guys here don't have as much to deal with. What we really want to be targeting first are their missile units, because that's what our guys are going to be best at killing. Like, nice and quickly. Ah, damn it, this guy here got stuck. Didn't quite make it. Yeah, don't want to do that, because it stops him from moving. Okay, an opportunity's starting to form for us over here. If we start coming around this way, that could be good. We've got one more Vindictive Glare as well. Could use it on the Gyro Bombers, but if we don't actually kill any of them, then it's pointless, because they'll just survive the battle anyway. So I'll just cast it into a Slayer unit as soon as those Trollhammer torpedoes bloody stop shooting at us. Okay. Looks like another blob is starting to form. Awesome. Wait. Didn't I have... Did I accidentally cast it with all of them? That last one? Where did all my Winds of Magic go? Yeah, I may have actually cast it accidentally selecting all of them. Whoops. Should be fine, but... I mean, it just would have doubled up the amount of damage. It's just that it's way more expensive for them to use it. Alright, well that's the last of our Winds of Magic. Yeah, I think I made a mistake with that other cast, because last time I looked I was at 43 winds of magic and then suddenly I was at 11. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Okay, blob forming, aim for the Slayers. Alright, this over here, that seems doable. There are some Slayers in there, but I have no other means of killing them. So we have to attack now. This here will be good once we're actually in combat, because that'll provide a buff for our guys. They're really trying to target words. Why didn't you cast that damn spell? Sometimes these magic missiles can be really freaking iffy. I try to go for the Slayers last. Going after them now, I don't think that's a good idea. Because if we can army loss all these other units, that would be better for us. So this one here, stay out of it just a little bit. So even with our physical resistance, we can see here we definitely take a lot of damage really bloody quickly. You just can't charge in at them straight at the start. It's not going to work. But we've got a lot of their missile units pinned down here, so being in a blob is somewhat fine. But not all of them are pinned down. Cycle charging wherever possible is possibly a good idea, although cavalry does have a habit of getting stuck and just getting shredded on the pull out. Are they? No, they're not trying to land. Gotta get the heroes over here so they can provide those other ability boosts. Just be... gotta be careful that I don't actually get them killed, that's all. Right, get in there. That's it, right in the center. Okay, this one's taking too much damage, pull back. Same with this one, pull back that way. Good, we've got all of their units at least pinned down now, and it looks like they just got army lost. Good. Didn't end up using this. And then there should just be a handful of Slayers left to deal with. And we get that as well. Nice. And that's giving them extra physical resistance, so that'll be really handy against the Slayers, but not the Doomseekers. So yeah, being able to army loss this guy before he was able to dish out any damage, that is the ideal way to go about it. But still, his army took a fair bit of damage. We're not quite done with these Slayers yet. I'll let these guys get away. Alright, I don't think any units fell below 50% entities. That one looks like the closest, or the lowest number of entities. So what's left? There must be like one Slayer unit left. There's one or two of them, but when you're in a big blob like this, sometimes it can actually be really difficult to finish a unit off, so we need to pull out of it. Thing is, they'll still be attacking us, which will be annoying. And then just one more charge in to finish them off. Good. Alright, so there's the battle victory. But if we can also kill this lord. Where's the other one? Oh, we just killed him. Good. Now would be the best time to do it. Especially considering he's getting close to his immortality. So definitely don't want him to get that. And is anything else worth wiping out? I think they're all too low to survive the battle. Okay. Wow, Pyrrhic victory. Kind of expected a bit better than that. I thought that we didn't really take that much damage. I don't see how that was Pyrrhic, but whatever, it's fine. Still, much better than auto resolve. Decisive defeat. But yeah, it's a good army. Bad situation. Just got to know what to do in these scenarios. You know, hiding your units until the enemy makes a mistake, and then take advantage of it. That's ideal. Alright, if we go with replenishment, we get a few of our guys back. I don't think his finances are a problem. I mean, minus 6,000, but when playing as orcs, you make plenty through loot, so it's fine. But yeah, both their lords got wiped out, so that's definitely good. And the rest of this does not look like a disaster campaign, so it was just that one battle there. So, in terms of a doom stack, it's pretty good. I mean, Wurzag has got so many good doom stacks, but I'd still think his Stone Troll doom stack is probably better than this. So if I was to rate it, which this was sent in as a disaster battle and a rating doom stack. So how about we rate the difficulty of the battle? I keep forgetting to do this sometimes. That one was maybe a 6 out of 10 for difficulty. It all went fairly well. It took a fair bit of damage, but it wasn't the easiest. It also wasn't the hardest. In terms of rating this, it took on 2 full stacks of dwarfs. Wasn't the ideal situation. Had to rely very heavily on Wurzag. And so I'd probably give this one like maybe 8 out of 10. Because like 7 out of 10 is like, it qualifies as a doom stack, but it's like not a very good doom stack. This is a good doom stack. It's not a 9 out of 10. Because 9 out of 10 would be like, oh, it's like really, maybe 3 armies that could take on. Maybe that could have taken on 3 armies, maybe. I think I would have really struggled with that. And then 10 out of 10s are like unbeatables. Anyway, that's the end of this one here, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Later, guys.